topic for today is angles formed by two parallel lines and a transversal. We shall have three types of angles in it, which are formed with two parallel lines and a transversal. I think you know about the parallel lines. Parallel lines are those lines which never meet. The difference between the lines remains the same. This is the transversal, a line which cut these two lines, the parallel lines, is called a transversal. It has the same chemistry with the first line and the second line. Three types of angles are formed with these parallel lines and the transversal. The first type of angles is corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are on the same side and on the same position. Like we have this angle. With this angle, it's corresponding. This A angle equal to B angle. It is a pair of corresponding angles. If you take this angle, we shall take this angle with this. If this is C and this is D, these are corresponding angle. Similarly, if you will come to this side, this angle will be equal to this corresponding and this angle will equal to this corresponding. Corresponding angles are on the same side. If one is on the upper half of the first parallel line, the second will be on the upper half of the second parallel line. Similarly, if you come to this side, if it is on the left side and this is on the upper half angle transversal along with this parallel line, upper half transversal with the second parallel line, upper half. This angle, if we say this is X and this is Y, these are corresponding angles. If you will go for this angle, you will definitely go with this, and corresponding angles are equal. The abbreviation for corresponding angle is CORR, corresponding dot angles. Corresponding angles, there are four pairs of corresponding angles in two parallel lines and a transversal, and all those four pairs of angles are equal. The second type of angle is alternate angles. Alternate angles are those, clear from the name, which are on the opposite side of the transversal. Means if this is the transversal and these are the parallel lines, we can have alternate angles. If one is here like this, the other will come here. So this angle A will be equal to angle B, or in other words, few teachers explain it like this, that the alternate angles make Z. One is below the first line on the left side, then the other will be above the second line on the right side. Or if you take the second pair of alternate angles, if it is below the first line on the right side, the other will be on the left side and above the parallel line. So if we say A equals to B or C equals to D, we shall write here alternate ALT angles. So after corresponding angles and alternate angles, the third type of angles is interior angles. It is also clear from its name. Interior angles are inside on the same side. If these are parallel lines, this is the transversal, the line which is cutting the parallel lines. If we have one angle here, the other angle is on the same side, one ray, and the other ray parallel line on the left side. Below the line, the other one will be on the same transversal definitely, but on the above side or on the upper half of the second line. The other pair of interior angles is C, and you can have it D. So interior angles are on the same side and interior angles are making, they are not equal. Interior angles, if we say A and B are interior angles, they are equal to 180 degree. The abbreviation is interior angles. The sum of interior angles, sum of the pair of the interior angles is 180 degree. There should be a question in your mind, why interior angles, the sum of interior angles is 180. If we take this angle here and the other interior angle here, I say that A plus B equals to 180, and these are interior angles. Interior INT angles. Okay, if I take the alternate of A, you can notice if I take the alternate of A, it will make Z here like this. So A will come here as alternate, and if you will take the sum of these two, you can see these are adjacent angles or these are supplementary angles of one and another. So the sum of the angles, interior angles, equals to 180 because they can be brought on the same line, on the straight line. The first question of the angles which are formed on parallel lines along with the transversal, we shall use interior angles, corresponding angles and alternate angles at the same time in one question. Notice this transversal has nothing to do with this transversal. This is a different story and it is a different story. So here I can see that this A is corresponding to 54. Both are on the same side. The reason, corresponding angles. Okay, now we are on the second transversal, and you can see we can use here B is vertically opposite to C. Vertically opposite angles are on the opposite sides of the intersecting lines. We can take this C with 106, interior angles. Both are on the same side. One is above the line, the second is below the line. And we can also use this A with 106. These are adjacent angles. Sum of adjacent angles is 180. So this 106 will go on the other side and we shall subtract. Our answer will be 74 degree. If A is 74, automatically your C will be 74. You can take A and C as corresponding angles. Both are below the line. Both are on the right side. At the same time we have B equals to C. These are vertically opposite. So our B will be 74 degree. And we shall write here B is vertically opposite. Next example, you can see this D is corresponding to 78. We shall write D equals to 78 degree, corresponding angles. On this transversal we have A equals to 117 degree. We will write A equals to 117 degree. This is vertically opposite angles. Now we go for B and C. If 117 is here, you can see with this transversal we have B equals to 117. So same answer with different logic. B is 117 because B and 117 are on the same side, upper half. They are corresponding angles. And when we have to find C, we can have A plus C equals to 180, interior angles, or we can have B plus C equals to 180, that is adjacent angles. And the sum of adjacent angles is 180. B is already 117, so C will be 180 minus 117, and we shall have 63 degree. Next question, you can see that these are the parallel lines. This is the first transversal, second transversal. So when we shall take E, you can easily have E, parallel line, transversal, parallel line, E equals to 31 degree. Reason, Z, they are making Z, so these are alternate angles. And when we shall ignore this transversal and we shall look at the second transversal and work for F, F, parallel line, transversal, parallel line, F is again making Z, or F is the sum of two angles, 35 degree and 31 degree, that is 66 degree. This is again alternate angles. In this question we have I and J. These are the parallel lines. J, parallel line, transversal. Again with second parallel line you can see that J and 60 are alternate angles. And when we shall work for I, we shall ignore this transversal. You cannot definitely erase it, but I can erase it. And now we can see this parallel line along with this transversal and this parallel line. You can see that if we take it like this, our I plus 60 degree plus 75 degree is equals to 180 degree. These are inside the lines. Now this is one angle, 75 plus 60 degree. So these are inside the lines, and these are making interior angles. Interior angles, sum of interior angles I and 75 plus 60. 75 plus 60 is on that side, below the line with the first parallel line and transversal, and I is above the line, right side with second line and transversal. So the sum of I plus 75 and 60 is 180. I will be 180 minus 5, 135, and the value of I will be 45 degree. In this question you can see 2f plus 6 is alternate to 3f minus 23. So we shall take 2f plus 6 equals to 3f minus 23. We shall make a linear equation. Reason is they are alternate, parallel line, transversal, parallel line. So 2f plus 6 equals to 3f minus 23. We shall subtract 3f, bring it here, and 6 to the other side, minus 23 minus 6 minus f equals to minus 29. Angles are never negative. We shall cancel this negative sign with negative sign, and f will be 29 degree. Resonate alternate angles. In this question you can see 7e and 3e are making interior angles. One is below the line on the right side and the other is above the line on the right side. Both are on the same side between the lines with the same transversal. So the sum of interior angles is 180. We shall add 7e and 3e and we shall have 10e equals to 180. The value of E will be 18 degree. The last question for today, in which we are using interior angles, corresponding angles and alternate angles. You can see these are the parallel lines. This is the transversal. When we have to take these two and find the value of B, we cannot go directly. First of all, we shall take this 2B here. 2B will be vertically opposite and come here, and it will be here 2B minus 2 degree. Now you can take 2B minus 2 and 4B minus 10 interior angles, and the sum of interior angles will be 180 degree. You will add these two. You will put the answer equals to 180. Reason is interior angles. Add 2B and 4B, it will be 6B degree. Minus 10 and minus 2 will be minus 12 degree. We shall add this 12 on the other side, and as it is with negative sign here, it will be 192 degree, and when we shall divide it with 6, 192 divided by 6, 32 degree will be the answer of B.